I can't believe this is how I'm starting the year. Where do I start? Is officially sold. It's really hard for me to talk about and accept, and I need to stop being upset over it because it's a good thing. Fuck. Can't believe that it's kind of coming to an end. That's really sad. That's really sad. This is my third time or fourth time trying to film this. Also, Happy New Year! I haven't posted on any of my social medias. I need to get a lot better at that. I'm really slacking off, but I hope all of you have had a really good start to this year. So, I'm just gonna get right into what this video is for. Most of it is just gonna be me talking and explaining. It probably won't be a really long video. I'm not sure. Basically, I have owned 3 horses for almost 5 years now. My original horse, my first horse ever, is Calliope. She is one that I adopted from Blue Star, which is where I started with horses. I started volunteering there in Massachusetts. So that is like my heart horse, my forever horse, whatever you want to call her. She is retired now, but she'll be with me forever. I adore that horse. She's like the goofiest, silliest horse. I used to show A-rated jumpers with her, and she just puts her heart into everything, and that is Calliope. And I have Lynx, who is basically my business partner. He was my 2016 Youth Mustang makeover horse, and we ended up winning that competition. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep him, but then, you know, it kind of just lined up like that, and I still have him, and now he is my clinic horse, my show horse, my horse that I pony other horses off of and start other horses with. He is so easygoing. He's my travel buddy. He's kind of everything. He's pretty essential to my job and what I do. And then there is Calypso, who is gonna be turning 7 in May. Wow, she's 7. So I've had her since October of 2014. So I've had her over 6 years now. And she was my, like, from birth horse. So now that I work at a breeding farm, of course, I've only been here for 3 years. It's really cool to see them from literally the day they're born and watching them be born, and then watching them grow up, being able to start them and send them off into their future homes. And Calypso is basically like that for me, except a rescue, because she's also a PMU foal from the same farm Calliope is from. So when I adopted Calliope, I ended up figuring out how she got down here, how she got rescued from Manitoba, from the PMU industry, and I contacted those people that originally rescued her, and I basically begged them. I was like, can we please do another mission? They hadn't done one in quite a few years, but I was pretty persistent and I really wanted one. And basically, the year I got Calypso, there was about 300, maybe 200 horses born at that farm that year. And I definitely wanted a filly, and I wanted a pinto. I wanted basically Calliope, but young. So I picked her off of a photo. I had a bunch of photos sent to me, and I picked basically the tiniest one possible. I wanted the one with the least thick bone, because regardless, they were all going to be pretty thick bone, because they were all at least draft crosses, if not full drafts. Yeah, I picked her from there, and then getting her hauled down was a pain in the butt. But it worked out, and they all came down, and I think there was somewhere between 12 to 14 that year that we got down. And all of them found homes, all of them got adopted. But Calypso was mine. And I took, oh my gosh, how many months did I take to name that horse? Like 4 or 5 months? It was a while. So for the longest time, her name was just Foal. So actually, if you're a close friend of mine and you're on my Facebook, there is an album titled Foal, and that is Calypso. I never actually changed the name over because I thought it was pretty funny that I had her name as Foal for so long. 3 names that I was tossing around, actually 4 if you include Calypso. One was Sapphire, another was Ariel, and I don't really remember the last one right now. Okay, so her potential names were Sapphire, Autumn, or Ariel. And I took 5 to 6 months to name her, and it didn't end up being any of those. It was Calypso. And it kind of went together with Calliope, so that's probably why I went with that name. I don't know why I ended up actually picking that one, but that's what I'm assuming. Picked her out pretty much when she was just born, got her when she was just a few months old, and I've had her since then. I started her under saddle, I got her started in jumping, doing some dressage, she learned a lot of tricks. It is just a really good, really cool horse. My 3 horses, Calliope, Calypso, and Lynx. I know I keep repeating myself, I'm sorry. This has been, like I said, I filmed this already like 3 or 4 times, and I am gonna make sure this time is pretty darn good, hopefully, so I don't have to redo it. Those 3 were always my forever horses. And I always told myself that, those are the ones I'm only ever gonna own. I'm never gonna own any other horses. Pretty much once I don't have those 3 anymore, that's it. I'm just training horses, just working with horses. I'm not going to personally own any. I tell myself that. I don't know how it's going to work out. Right now, that's still my mindset, that those 3 horses are the perfect 3 horses for me. When I went on the road traveling this past year, year and a half, however long it was, I only had Lynx with me. Calliope wouldn't have been able to travel anyways because she's older, she's retired, she's kind of just enjoying life being a horse. I hang out with her, groom her, play with her sometimes, but she's not in work anymore. Calypso is also very young, same age as Lynx, so she is still being ridden and everything and getting worked, and I can't take her on the road with me because I like my box stalls in my trailer to only have 1 horse in them, and if I have a training Mustang, I only have 2 box stalls, so it's Lynx and the Mustang. And it's not super fair for a draft or draft cross to be traveling that much. It's not really good for their health. So basically, Calypso ended up staying at the farm in Florida, and there was a very nice lady who is my friend who I let lease her, and she basically fell in love with her, got super attached. She is basically her dream horse. I'll just say her name. Her name is Annabelle. That way I don't have to keep saying like this lady or that girl. And Annabelle really, really loves Calypso. And when I got back, it's always been up in the air for, again, since like a year, because I haven't been in Florida consistently, where there's kind of been a push from other people to have me sell Calypso. And then that's when I started doing the lease, because I was like, no, there's no way I can sell her. That's like my girl. I have 3 and she's one of them, and that's my girl. So that's how the lease started. But then I got back here and I realized that horses, and this part is really hard for me, even though it probably doesn't seem that deep, but for me it's weird because my whole life is horses and everything revolves around that. And basically, horses started out as a personal thing for me, a hobby, a passion. They were kind of my like outlet to everything. They didn't start as a business. I wasn't making money off of them. I just enjoyed being with the horse and learning from the horse and all that. So I had time for all my horses, but it kind of changed at some point, and I don't know when exactly, where horses became pretty much very business-like, and I'm working on this too right now, kind of just like personally, is kind of, rather than thinking of them like a business, I'm trying to, and I always love horses and always so happy around them, but like I'm personally trying to work on finding my joy again in everything and really appreciating all the time that I get to spend with horses and how helpful and beneficial they are for me and my personal health and everything. So that's something that I'm reconnecting with. Right now my mindset is that they are a really big part of my business. So the last things holding on to my personal horse relationship would be Calliope, Calypso, and Lynx. And it was kind of hard to like they started to like interlock the business part. Like I call Lynx my business partner, and Calliope is definitely my pet. And Calypso I just wasn't doing all too much with. Even though I wanted to, I realized I don't necessarily have the time, even though she is like my perfect horse. And Annabelle, Annabelle's perfect horse, and long story short, I sold Calypso, which was a really tough decision for me, as you probably can tell from the other clips that I included at the start of this. Even just talking about it is really, really difficult. But I'm okay right now. It is currently January 7th, and I sold her on the 1st, so it's been a week. I'm still like heartbroken over it. Obviously, it's really tough for me, but she's on the same farm. I get to see her all the time. I want Calypso to reach her full potential and really have that person that she can love and connect with, and although I really wish it was me, I don't have time, and it's tough. Like, I literally always say those are my 3 horses. I'm gonna like keep saying that, but now I'm gonna have to change that and say my 2 horses. Tough transition. Super bittersweet start to my YouTube channel for the year, but I do want to make a video on this because, yeah, it's something that I've been dealing with, and it's definitely a really big change for me. Even though you guys maybe didn't see Calypso all too much on here, still she's a really big part of my life. It really sucks, but I'm gonna make her journey video sometime in the next few weeks. I'm not sure when it'll be out. I just wanted to make this video talking about how I have sold one of my heart horses, and yeah. Oh, basically, when this video comes out, I still haven't told anyone that I have sold her, except for, of course, the people at the barn and Annabelle, because she's Annabelle's horse now. So, as in, like, I haven't told my mom or my family or some of my really close friends. So, before this comes out, I will be contacting all of them and telling them that. How we're doing the announcement to social media, I guess, is we did a photo shoot with Calypso. So, this is really sad. I said this to my friend, and she was like, that's really sad when you like think of it like that. It was my last photo shoot with Calypso and Annabelle's first photo shoot with Calypso, and it's pretty much the merge of like her being my horse and then going over to Annabelle, which is like kind of corny and excessive for the sale of a horse, but we both understand how special Calypso is and how much we both really love her. Sorry if I made some weird faces. I'm just trying to hold in all of my emotion towards this right now and get this video done. I was editing this, and then I got to the footage. I already filmed on this couch a bunch. I got to that, and I like watched it, and I was like, yeah, I can't even understand what I'm saying. I'm not including that in there. So let me sit down now that I have a more clear mindset and just refilm this. So I am starting this year off with 2 horses instead of 3, and it's gonna be kind of different. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. It is January 3rd, so it's been 2 days since officially I sold Calypso. We're gonna do a photography session, so it's gonna be kind of to announce like the sale of her, which is like super extra and all, but she's like her dream horse, and she's a super special horse to me. Come on. Get there. Okay. Yeah, those always look really good on horses.
Kind of gone now, so let me just hold on. Yeah. In the middle. Okay. Take your time.
Hello. Hang on, turn your nose. Head up. Thank you.
Lean forward on her.
Like a hug?
Yeah.
Hey. Which way you want her to look?
This way.
There you go.
Very beautiful. Annabelle, look out that way.
Good. I know, she's serious.